Yo, what up, world? It's your girl, Carmen Ye.
And this your girl, Yaya Femi.
And we are back.
We are back.
But it's a little different.
Yes. See the
It's a little different. You
No
see
more
the
table.
Yeah, no more tight table.
Right.
We expanding. We get a little cozy, comfortable in our skin, right?
Yes. Facts.
That's what Beyonce said.
Uh-huh.
We love Beyonce.
Yes. We came back with a new name, too.
Yes, we did. You want to introduce that for the people?
Culture and Soul.
The Culture and Soul Podcast. That's right. You tuned
Yes.
into the Culture and Soul Podcast.
Yes.
Same vibe, same topic, same conversation.
Yes.
We just felt it was time for a rebrand because we see ourselves going places and
Yeah.
we don't want to limit ourselves with a name.
With the name
With a name that
Whores.
whores.
Yeah.
I think we kind of
I think we're a little more intentional than that.
we outgrew that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like an outgrowth.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
It got the attention of people for sure.
Right.
It was clickbait.
Right.
But
But
it
it
did-
was cool for the moment,
Yeah.
but not for like long term.
Yeah. And since we are being more intentional,
Mm-hmm.
Culture and Soul fits us
Yes.
more appropriately.
Yes, because we are definitely for the culture. We got good intentions for the culture. Everything we talk about is for the culture.
Yes.
And then soul because like we're spiritual.
Yes. And we
Yes.
feed
Everything
in the
comes through soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Yes.
So straight like that, we here to talk about
Straight like
conflict
that.
resolution today. A lot of times we find ourselves in situations where we're unable to navigate through conflict and things blow out of proportion.
Yes.
We lose valuable friendships. We break connections with people just because we don't know how to get through.
Yes, because
conflict.
of miscommunication.
Yes.
Or no communicating at all.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, we goes from situations that could have been resolved very easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With an exchange of words, an exchange of feelings,
Right.
allowing people the space to share their feelings without shutting them down or telling them they're wrong.
Right.
And we're gonna give you guys some tools and techniques on how to do that.
Yes.
We'll also do some role playing.
Mm-hmm.
So stick around. You know, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Got easy. We got some
Yes.
documents.
It's like that quote everybody says on Facebook. It's like everybody grown until it's time to talk.
Yeah.
So this is a grown up situation right now.
Yeah. we trying to reach one, teach one.
Yes.
Basically.
So we are talking about a a communication technique that I actually learned when I was in therapy. Thank God for therapy,
Shout
right?
out to therapy.
Yes, it's called the Dear Man technique. So this is actually an acronym, right? So this is a technique that helps you address certain conflicts.
Okay.
So D is for describe. Describe the situation using only facts. So
We
we're
love
not
facts.
jumping into conclusions. We're not creating little scenarios in our head. No, just straight facts. And E is for express. So express to them how it made you feel and how it has affected you personally and professionally. A is for assert. Assert exactly what you want to happen in the future. This should be a clear and achievable objective. R is for reinforce. Reinforce the value of this and how this will benefit both of you. M is for mindful. Be mindful of the task at hand and of the other person's feelings. Don't be cursing them out all crazy. Feel me?
Feel me?
You feel me?
You feel me? Sometimes people got to get a little cussing though, because I cuss in my words, and then sometimes
too.
but you know what? Let me
I mean,
let me
out of
open
love.
my mind. Let me open my mind because we're here to do better, and there are other words
Right.
in the human language other
Yes.
than cuss words, so I could probably learn something today. Everything don't gotta be, you know what the fuck.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yes. And there's two more. A is for act confident. Some people thrive off of conflict and can be particularly, you hear my speech impediment?
It's okay.
Particularly.
Particularly.
Yeah, I cannot.
I got your back, girl. I got
Yes, that would be whooping my ass. Strong or combative when you try and address personal problems.
Okay.
And the last one is negotiate. As brilliant as this method is, some people are so stubborn that they won't see past their own wants and needs. At this point, you'll have to give a little to get a little.
Got to give a little to get a little.
Yes.
So it goes both ways. It takes two. It always
Yes.
takes two to tango. So I found myself in the past in situations where, you know, I'm quick to say that was their person's fault. They fucked up, blah, blah, blah. But I also play a role in how things unfold. I am responsible for showing up and expressing myself and saying what I need from a situation, just as much as the other person is responsible for showing up and saying what they need. And that way we can meet each other's needs, whatever the relationship, professional, friendship, romantic, you know? So, yeah, and we're going to do a little role playing.
Yes. So and some of these situations are very relatable. Some of them, they have happened to me and you, especially some of like my personal experiences. Ooh, child.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people will be able to relate to these scenarios here. So what we're going to do, we're going to give the scenario and then we'll go back and forth. I guess we could take turns. I'll give a toxic reply. You can give the healthy and then move on and we'll go back and forth like that.
I'm going to try to use all these acronyms too. Cause what?
Right. We're trying to use all of the acronyms. And for the Dearman technique, after the episode, if you are interested in learning more, of course, hit us up.
Yes.
Again, we're no longer the Warlock Whores, okay? We are the Culture and Soul Podcast on Instagram. Hit us in the DM. We'll send you the link so you can educate yourself further.
Yes.
And here we go. Professional scenario. All right. A business partner or business associate is showing behaviors or characteristics that do not align with your values or the vision you see for yourself. You choose to part ways. How are we communicating about that?
So I'll be the manager. You're the employee. So I'm pretty much treating you like a child, and I'm not approving your PTO for whatever dumb reason. Everything that you asked me to do was like pulling teeth. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the situation.
Okay. See, I took that as like business partners not seeing eye to eye anymore, and now it's time that we go separate ways.
Oh, that too.
So we could do both.
Yeah,
because they both suit. Now, unhealthy way to respond to that would be to cuss my manager out and say, "You got me fucked up. I need this time off.
You
just might have to fire me because I'm a go." That's totally that's inappropriate for the workspace. And there's better ways to communicate that. A healthier communication for this scenario. Give me. I don't know if that's a part of that, but
right.
What's this, water?
This is for me, honey, because I'm a little thirsty.
Okay.
I'm a little thirsty. But dang. I wish I learned Dearman when I quit my last job, right. Because I did go through a toxic situation. I just said, fuck it. I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
And that's all I said. But if I were to start this, phase of my life over again, I would have really had to sit down with her. Like I would have addressed every single problem. Like, I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like the way you talk to me like a child. I don't like the way that you put me on a spot sometimes, or you gaslit me.
Okay, hold on. See, now I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna interrupt you because we're not following the Dearman.
Yeah, I know.
but those are valid points.
Yeah, they're all the facts.
So I feel like the point that we are trying to convey to our audience is more so, how do we communicate with ourselves as the focus and our needs as the focus, instead of, because you're coming straight for your jugular, even though it's healthy because you're expressing yourself, but it's all you, and now she's gonna feel attacked, and it's gonna be like, well, girl, you fired, bye. Versus I feel blah 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 when I experience blah blah blah. You know what I mean? You're using those I words, which are very important. So let's try that again. Give me some healthy feedback.
All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I don't like the way you treat me. I feel like I don't know. I won't even know how to feel. Like, I feel like shit. I really do. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it.
You would put direct, and that's why you're not there, because that wasn't
like it's just no point of there's no point in really being a part of this organization, whatever this organization is, and I feel like I need to go somewhere where I'm more valued.
That's beautiful. That was a healthy communication at the end. You're not wrong at all for expressing I feel as though I'm treated like shit, but I feel as though I'm not valued here. And putting in your 2 weeks notice or whatever you do in that scenario. I like how you ended that. That was healthy communication for sure. I'm going to reply to the business partner, business associate showing behaviors or characteristics that do not align with your values or the vision you see for yourself. You choose to part ways. A healthy communication for that, for me, first of all, you want to give ample notice especially if you have a contract with this business partner, you want to give ample notice. You want to schedule a time that works for both of y'all, for y'all to have a conversation, to be transparent and honest, and make it about your vision. I would make it about my vision and my what I see, my values. So I wouldn't go into the meeting saying, you know what, I've been seeing you moving different and I'm not messing with that and it doesn't work for me. I will go into it, you know what, this journey has been a learning experience, and I feel as though we need to start planning for, you know, the closing of this chapter that we have. Like I will find, and it may sound like I'm putting sugar on shit, but that's the thing about conflict resolution. You just don't want to go in there with guns blazing, ready to point fingers and say, it's you, not me. You want to not attack people. You want to do it with grace. So definitely I would stick to my values and just say that I'm thinking this is not working for me. Yeah. I'll give you ample notice. Let me know what upcoming events we have together or something. And then by this date, it's no more. And I feel like that would be a healthy way. Some people, they just ghost and they just straight, I'm not fucking with you. And then you got to clean up the mess by yourself. You know?
I did that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. She fucking deserved it. But
look, real shit. Real shit. It be like that sometimes.
She deserved that shit. So the second scenario would be a romantic relationship scenario. So in this scenario, you are falling out of love. You aren't happy anymore. And you want to take space.
I've been through this.
I've never been through this.
It's never easy, especially when you have invested so much time, and when you build things with somebody. But you definitely have to honor your feelings. If you're not in love, you're going to fake it, and it's going to create resentment. Exactly. It's going to create resentment, and nobody's going to be happy. And then you're just wasting your precious, valuable time. You know, we only got one life to live. I feel as though when I was going through that situation, I swallowed what I wanted. I didn't put it out there. And just one day out the blue, I came home and I was on it like, we need to talk. And I don't even think that was appropriate, the way that I did it. I just kind of sprung it on him in the moment, in my annoyances. You know, a healthier way to do that could have been, you know, think about maybe a date night. Even though that sounds fucked up to go sit somebody down at a dinner table to have that conversation, but it's still you owe that person that respect and that attention. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you owe that person a clear conversation without them feeling like it's sprung on them and like they're attacked because all of a sudden they did something that fucked up. It's like, well, if I did something fucked up, why are you just now saying something? So it's like you give that person respect, you sit them down, maybe a date night or something, not a date night. I don't know to call it a date because it's like a breakup date.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, like a meetup or something.
Yeah, like a meetup. It depends on where you are in a situation. But for me, I wish I would have had a more calm, not spur of the moment approach. Yeah, where I could have sat down and said, "Hey, we built something great here, but we are not growing." Yeah. I'm not growing, and I feel as though I'm losing parts of myself. It's gonna hurt either way. That shit is heavy either way. And I would be accountable for how I showed up in the situation. And at that point, it's like there's nothing else you can do. It's my decision. Right. But you definitely got to be funky. You can't just lead people on if you've fallen out of love.
Exactly.
What about you?
And I also want to say this too, for these two scenarios, with any scenario in general too, you're always going to have that one person that's going to react super negatively. I can't talk today.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully you find yourself with a conscious person who will just respect what you need.
Right. Hopefully. But sometimes it don't always go that way. Or sometimes some people will say or do things just to get a rise out of you, just to see if you'll get a negative reaction. Stand your ground. Definitely stand your ground. And understand that if they do, react a certain way, then, you didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. You stood your ground and that was it. Like there's certain things that are beyond your control. Yeah.
Honor yourself. Be clear. Stand your ground. I like that, stand your ground, because I found in some situations you give chance after chance after chance,
Yeah.
because a person will pull on those strings or try to get a reaction out of you, and now you feel guilty, like, damn, I reacted kind of, let me apologize. And then you find yourself apologizing, now you the one that fucked up, and it's like, okay, we fix this. But it's like, ain't nothing to fix, bro. I just said I'm not in love no more. Like, it's
exactly.
over.
There's really nothing you can fix. And how you handle that situation, the scenario is very clear. Like you know, you can only do but so much in that situation.
Yeah.
So yours is actually very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. They're gonna feel some type of way, but it is what it is.
Either way. And that's another thing. We cannot base our decisions, what's good for us, on the reactions of others.
Right.
We are betraying ourselves when we put other people's needs ahead of ours.
Exactly.
Okay? Resentment builds, and resentment ain't good for nobody.
Facts.
Resentment is like cancer. Okay?
Facts.
Next one, family. Ooh.
This happened to me.
Okay.
It's happened many years ago.
Listen. Listen. Your parent relative does not respect your boundaries regarding your feelings. They tell jokes masked as insults and jokingly call you names like dummy or joke about your appearance. They gaslight you by calling you sensitive. Oof. This is very real. And I see this play out in a lot of families. I see this play out in a lot of friendships.
Yeah.
And even to this day, I can say I've experienced things where you do have to set boundaries and say, hey, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. And that's usually when you get hit with the, oh, you're so sensitive. No, it's not that you're sensitive. It's that you want to be respected.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanting respect is not being sensitive.
Exactly.
It's like, I am worthy of clear, kind,
Right.
or at least respectful communication.
Right. So I'm going to give you a personal scenario, right? So this was going back in my early 20s before I started working out and stuff. So I had a relative. I don't like, he's my uncle. I don't like calling him my uncle, but he's my uncle. But we all had like this little family outing. We went out to a restaurant and stuff. Everyone had a little too much to drink. That particular uncle decided to joke about my body. He was talking about, you know, you need to calm down with the food. You know, you getting a little too big. And it's family members that's not saying nothing, not stepping in and be like, yo, chill. People was kikiing and y'all supposed to be my family. I'm like outed in this whole little conversation. He kept going and going to where like I wanted to fucking leave.
Yeah.
But I was like at the end of the table, I was like in the corner, so I couldn't really go nowhere.
Yeah.
I wanted to flip that table so bad.
And that's a shame that you felt like you couldn't leave because you were at the end of the table. Because if you wanted to leave, you had a right to leave.
Yeah, I wanted to leave. I didn't drive there either. I drove with people. So it was like we're supposed to be family and y'all not standing up for me. Like I was standing up for y'all.
Yeah.
So I really felt some type of way about that to where I don't even look at him as family no more. Yeah. Because it's like multiple things too. Like that right there, that was like the last straw. But that right there was like, nah. So yeah, that's the scenario.
I'm gonna be transparent about something that happens in my life often. As I've mentioned before in the series, I have had I feel like I've raised myself. You know, I have parents, both of my mother, father, stepmother, they're all living, they're all well. However, I came up in a system and I have this wound of like abandonment. So I've had to like raise myself and learn things the hard way because I was on my own making lots of mistakes and shit. Right. But today, present day, when I tell you the boundaries that are in place for my mother, for my father, and even more so important because I have 2 kids that are very impressionable and I'm breaking cycles. You feel me? I remember times where, you know, my mother with her jokes, low-key a bully. Low-key a bully, making comments like, you know, calling my son a ballerina because, you know, he dancing or he's not, he doesn't want to wrestle, you know, like just little things like that. Or saying I'm a drama queen or, you know, and it's like little things like that hurt. So what happens when that happens, I'm straight, you know, I feel a type of way right now. I'm going to end this phone call. Take care. Like I straight. When my parent, when you know, when my father comes and he starts questioning me on things, you know, sometimes because the wound is very real, my trauma will get active and I'll feel the need to over-explain myself and call and apologize, but no more. Yeah. You feel me? Because I check myself and I say, how did I show up? Was I respectful? It's nobody's business, especially when you're an adult. It's nobody's place and it's nobody's business. How you live your life, what you choose to do. They may speak in, but if they speaking in, it's very important that they know they need to respect you as they're speaking in. They have no control. You feel me? And all the little passive aggressive slick remarks, they're put downs. That's what they are. Just plain and simple.
Exactly.
Put downs. And it just because it's blood doesn't mean it's to be tolerated.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you'll get that response a lot too. Oh, well, no matter what, that's still your family.
Right.
No. Nah, bro.
I have friends that are close that I would consider family before some of my family members. And that's just some real shit. That's real shit.
Exactly. I don't care how thick blood is.
You really have to look at that family dynamic. The way that we are is because of how we were raised. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I don't know what I would have turned out to be if I would have never went into the system. I don't know who I would be.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would be as confident as I am because I come from parents who didn't really. Let me take that back. When I lived with my mother in Florida around like 5, 6, I was in dance class. Came to Jersey and I was just always on punishment. Yeah, I was a problem child. But nobody invested in things that Carmen's always singing and dancing in class. Carmen, you're on punishment. Wouldn't you think to go put me in dance class or in a choir somewhere?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Sometimes it's just about control for them.
It's more control than teaching you how to redirect that energy and understanding it's a time and place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of language can you say to your family or family members or relatives? What kind of language can you use to establish those boundaries assertively? What kind of words can you say?
I mean, you could tell them how you feel. Tell them, like, I would tell, if I were to go back to that situation of mine, I would tell them, I don't feel protected. I did not feel protected in that situation. Nobody stood up for me.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way, this particular relative spoke to me.
Yeah.
And to this day, I never got an apology either.
Yeah.
So.
And that's another thing. You can't sit around waiting for that apology either.
I had to heal and move on from that.
We got to accept people where they at and keep it trucking.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
One specific thing I said to my parents was, I feel judged. I feel judged. Yeah. That's it. I feel judged. It does not feel good to be judged. I don't really feel supported.
Yeah. Or your mom mentioning your son.
Yeah. That was years ago too.
That made my blood boil. He not even my son.
Right. Right.
Oh
and
my
it's a
God.
shame. And I'm not upset. I don't carry that with me, but just know that there's really like boundaries in place.
Yes.
Sometimes
you can say whatever you want about me, but don't say nothing about my children.
Right.
That's crossing the line.
You can't say nothing about me.
Yeah, but
or my children.
Yeah, but especially children. But especially children.
Yeah,
like leave kids out of it.
Yeah.
Like don't you dare.
I'm not surprised though. I'm not. You at some point, because this is family and you notice the patterns and you notice how they've showed up all your life. It's like it's nothing new, so I'm not surprised. But when you step into your consciousness, you're like, I'm not about to go back and forth. It hurts and it's sad,
right?
But I'm not going to lose my peace or allow you to come disrupt the peace that I've created for myself and my kids,
right?
And that's just straight like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't ever feel obligated to talk to family members again if they really put you in that kind of position, because it's traumatizing. It's sad. Like it's like they really took you out of your safe space. Don't ever feel obligated to talk to your family again. Oh well.
There's a chapter in the book of K Camp. The book of K Camp. The scripture says it ain't nothing to cut a bitch off.
It ain't nothing to cut a bitch off.
Yeah, that's in the book of K Camp.
Yes.
Look that scripture up. Shit come in handy.
Right. Bitch.
Right. You said bitch. All right, next one.
So the next one, relationships. Your significant other. What? I was about to have a slow moment. Say your shout out. Yo.
Your SO.
Yes. Your significant other doesn't give you personal space. It's always a conflict when you want to hang with friends, have time to yourself, etc. They have clingy behavior.
Red flags.
Red flags. I experienced a clingy man before, and that's when I realized, without putting his whole business out there, I realized he really needed a mother more than he needed a girlfriend. like he had a lot of abandonment wounds.
Yeah.
So I hope he's in the process of healing. But
Very important. Hope you healing, bro.
Yeah, I never addressed it correctly, like that particular situation, but I did address some other things. And I kind of just, you know, when I broke up with him, I just told him, honestly, yo, like, you're not a bad dude. Like, you're not a bad guy. But I do feel like there are some things that there are some situations that you kind of need to handle, and you need to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm out of my element, and I feel like it's burdening me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not yours to carry.
Yeah, it's not mine to carry. He took it the wrong way, as in I'm leaving him hanging and stuff like that. No. And, oh, good guys, they never win. I'm like, you're a good guy, but you don't get a reward for being a good guy. You should always be a good man. You should always show up. You know what I mean? So I told him that. I'm like, you know, just take this time and just focus on you. I feel like when you focus on you and you heal yourself, you be a better version of yourself. It has nothing to do with a person being at their lowest, because we all have our low moments. Yeah. But
it's our responsibility.
It's our responsibility.
Definitely.
And that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, it's your responsibility to handle your low moment.
That was a very healthy way to say that.
Yes. Too. And I told him, I'm like you gotta find solutions to your low moments. You can't just drag everybody and pull you down with
and
you.
Expect that's a real thing. People expecting you to stay with them in the trenches.
Exactly.
When they're not doing anything, and you're not doing anything
to get out of the trenches. And I've done everything. Like, I gave him all these different suggestions and resources and stuff like that.
Soul.
Yes. Yeah. And he didn't want to do nothing. It was like everything was like an excuse of why he couldn't do it. So I was just like, you know what? He needs to just, you know, do him, focus on him.
And it's that some people may feel like they're betrayed, or you left them and you left me hanging. Yeah. It's not about you, bro. It's not about you. It is about you for you, but for me, this is about me.
Yes.
And I'm trying to go places and grow. Right. And every time I come to you, it's a problem, and you in your funk.
Yes.
Do something.
Yes.
And it's one thing if you have a partnership and you're in a committed relationship, and you know, but that person is going to do their job, or they're going to be vulnerable and express what's going on within them. They're going to say, I have anxiety right now, or I'm feeling really low. Can you help me? Can we do something fun together? Like, there's dialogue that you can have instead of just being in your funk and expecting people to come around like, are you okay?
Right.
Are you okay?
Like, yeah, especially like in this situation where, like, you know, if a man is being clingy or your girl's being clingy, like, I would talk to them like, you know, you should like network with some new people, have a set of friends that you can hang out with and stuff too. You know, so, you know, we can both have our own different space. Like, we're individuals. You know what I mean? We're not Siamese twins.
Yeah. You so silly, yo. It's one, you say this often, you say set the bar. When going into relationships, you need to make it very clear that you have friends, and that your friends, you value friendship. A life.
Yes.
And that's important. I used to have a problem with, you know, when I was in my long-term relationship, I had to cut. I'm not going to say I had to cut. I chose to cut a lot of people off because he did not approve. He's like, that's not a good look, or they do this, or so now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be viewed this way by him because this person does that. But as I've been on my healing journey, people are allowed to be them fucking selves. You know, just because one person is doing one thing don't mean I'm gonna go show up and do it with them. It's like we connect for our reasons.
Yes.
You know, and a healthy way to, you know, communicate when somebody is coming to you and saying, I don't like it when you hang out with that person, blah, blah, blah. You firmly, you know, let that person know, I understand your feelings, and I know they have their ways, but they show up for me and they matter in my life. You know, I value this person because I can count on them, and they have been here for me.
Right.
You know, so don't make it about the person saying you're jealous or you don't want me to have friends. You just want to, don't make it about them, because you're giving them power when you put the focus back on them, because they're going to come back with now you in the mix. Now you in a chaotic mix.
Right.
So instead, just focus on what matters to you. You know, I understand, and thank you for, you know, expressing yourself to me. I hear you, but I need you to know that I value my friendship with such and such, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Right. And how would you negotiate the situation?
If I had to negotiate, and that also comes into play with boundaries with your friends too, and balance.
Yeah.
You know what? I won't hang out with my friends every weekend. I'll dedicate some time with you. We can have date nights. We can have quality time.
Yeah.
And when we are together,
Like this night is our night. This is our exclusive night.
Yes. And then maybe dedicate like a weekend or a few afternoons, you know, to your friends to go catch up with brunch. You do whatever you do with your friends,
right?
But definitely create balance between the two.
Yes,
make time,
balance.
Because all of those relationships matter. You can't be no asshole though and just be on some like, these my friends, I'm going out.
I do what I want.
Yeah, that's not progressive either. You definitely have to negotiate.
Yes.
Are we even using any of these dear man terms? I feel like
we kind of are in a flowy freestyle type of way.
We are.
It's hard to do everything in order, but I do believe we are being assertive.
We are.
We're, you know,
we're reinforcing.
Addressing. Yeah, we're bringing everything up with the facts and
we're confident in our ideas. Have confidence in your ideas.
Now, with the family scenario, with, you know, family disrespecting you, is there a way to negotiate or reinforce?
Reinforce? There's no negotiations.
Yeah, there's no negotiations.
Just because you are my flesh and blood don't mean you get to talk to me like I'm your child.
Exactly.
And if I am your child, I'm an adult now. So you're going to respect me. I'm in this world. You're not going to put me down. I'm out here accomplishing shit.
Yes.
You're not going to dismiss my accomplishments as is, you know, I've been in some situations, okay? And I'm gonna be super transparent because this is my life. Listen, one time my father helped me out. This was recent. Remember when my car got stolen?
Yeah.
My car got stolen a few months ago. And my father was helping me out. He was doing the right thing. But somehow the lines got blurry and he was kind of overstepping his boundaries and making calls on my behalf with my car. You know, and I had to tell him like, Dad, that's not cool. Yeah. I'm looking like a fool because I'm calling a shop for my car.
Right.
And you got my car or you got whatever, you know, and it's like, no, this is my business. I appreciate your help, but it needs to be communicated with me. And then he said he said something along the lines of, I think I'm Miss Goody Two Shoes and go talk to your bullshit friends. He said that. And don't you know, and I love my friends, okay? Because my friends have been there for me through, you know, and we are positive people out here trying to do things with ourselves. So I had to set a boundary. I was like, Dad, that's not right. I think I called him a narcissistic fuck. You know, I was triggered. I'm not perfect. I'm human. You know what I'm saying?
You're human.
And I did apologize for disrespecting him, but I also reinforced.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate how he tried to flip the situation when he was out of line anyway for being in my business.
Right.
So very important.
Yeah.
You don't negotiate on respect. It's respect from the gate.
Respect
and that's
is
that.
respect, and that's it.
And
don't ever negotiate your boundaries with anybody.
Yes. And it's okay. It's okay to give space to let people share their feelings, and then you meet that person back and say, "This is not right. This does not work for me." And then you got to be prepared to deal with what comes next because they might be like, well, fuck your boundaries. And then it's like, well, fuck this relationship. And then because it's not going to work.
Exactly.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That's
Thank
a good
you.
one. Yeah.
Y'all.
There is no negotiations on boundaries.
How we look, y'all?
We don't negotiate boundaries.
How we look?
Quoting
America?
that. Yes.
How we look?
I do like this.
We look cozy.
The lights and stuff.
Yeah.
This is much more cozier.
We are.
I can move without knocking my drink over.
Yes, you can.
It's always knocking our fucking drinks.
I know. We're expanding, y'all.
Yes.
We are expanding.
Yes. You ready for the last scenario?
That's the last one already?
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn.
We got one more scenario. So this one is a friendship one.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend projects their negative experiences onto you. They project their feelings and walk around you like a dark cloud. They dump their negative emotions by ranting, venting when you are not emotionally prepared for it. They take their feelings out on you when they're having a bad day. So like, for example, I'm that negative friend, you know, I got pulled over. I got a speeding ticket when I was only going like 10 miles over the speed limit. I come to you with a fucking attitude and you're like, hey, yeah. I'll be like, hey. So what we doing? Which one?
I'll be like, oh. I'll be like, okay, I see you had a day.
And girl, let me tell you, right? So I got freaking pulled over by this fucking pig, right? And I was only going 10 miles over the speed limit.
Excuse me. I don't really have the capacity for that today.
What you mean, son?
No, seriously. I really am that friend that does this too. And my friends be like, oh, girl, bye. Or, girl, you don't never have time. And
Girl, you never have time. Like, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, how was your day?
you know what? You see? But
You see
that
the energy?
happens. That happens. And it's like, now I feel guilty because it's like, damn, I should make space for my friend. But my friend should be responsible for the delivery.
Yeah.
Okay? That shit is toxic. I know we all have our toxic traits, but to come to your friend, yes, you should be able to express yourself freely how you want to.
Yeah.
But there's a time and a place. You know, if we getting ready to go out and you coming over and we about to have a good time, but you're bringing that energy here, it was your responsibility to clear that energy before you got here to me. And find a conscious, calm way to express that, because you never know. Your friend could be very sensitive to those energies, and now their shit is fucked up, and she off point, y'all both off point, y'all bumping heads. It's not a good feeling.
Exactly. It's
I
not.
don't want to dump that on you.
It's not. And then next thing you know, you got secondhand stress because your friend is stressed out. She came to you with all this drama, and now you're like, okay, so what do I do with myself?
Yeah. There are some instances though where, and when the time comes, when you guys make that time, like me and my friends, hey, do you have a minute? Even you, when we've had conversations, can I talk to you about something? Like,
exactly.
It's an introduction.
Yes.
And that way I have a chance to say, you know what? Yes, I do have time. And then when I say I have time, go for it.
Yes.
Give it to me as long as you need
I always try my best. Like, if I need to vent something and it's like a real negative situation, I always try to ask people now, like, is it okay for me to vent to you right now? Like, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot better with that.
Yeah.
Because some people are going through their own shit too. And then here you are with your stress. And there's nothing wrong with venting to a friend. We're not saying that. Yeah. But we are all going through things. We all carry a lot of people's energy too. Yes. So it's like, you have to be mindful of that.
For sure. Sometimes people are walking around like little Tasmanian devils. Like they just out here chaotic.
Yes.
Spreading everything to everybody and not even conscious of how they're impacting people. Don't nobody want to be around no Debbie Downer, pessimistic, non-accountable person all the time. This is one thing about my mindset. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm going through a very hard time, for instance, my basement has fucking sewage in it right now. My heater is broken. I got to work on Monday for my new job, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with my kids, and I can't call it. Like, I'm carrying all this stuff, but you see, I'm here, showing up, doing my job, not pouring that on you, because it's my responsibility to process my own shit.
Exactly.
Now, if I'm bothered that much, I can say, hey, yeah, I'm going through some things. You got a minute to help me talk through some things with me, give me some insight, or just let me dump. Like, bring it to you that way, and not just show up carrying it like Tasmanian devil and spilling it all over you. It's our responsibility to process our own shit. Then we go to our tribe in a conscious way where we're not putting that dark cloud over them. You know what I mean?
Right.
We are all responsible for our own shit.
Right. I got 2 more projection scenarios for you too.
Come on.
I don't know why I experience a lot of like projection from other people.
We all do.
Here we go.
We all walk around
we all
projecting
do
all damn day.
Right. So for example, you tried a new product in your hair and your hair is curly, right? So you tell me that you did a certain hairstyle and you tried this new product. So all right, boom.
Oh, I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Girl, look at my curls. And my curls popping today.
It's cute, but girl, you know your hair gonna get frizzy by tomorrow, right? So like, I went through the same thing. I washed my hair. I used that same product that you use, and girl, my hair was a mess. But I mean, it's cute on you though.
I'm like, okay, well, that was for you. Hopefully I don't have that same experience, but thank you for giving me that negative feedback. Yeah.
That's projection too.
That is projection.
Yes.
And I try not to engage with that. It's an energy thing. It's an energetic thing. It's like, you got to kind of see over that. You got to like look at them and see like, okay, they're projecting. This is what they do. And they're probably not conscious that they're doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that they're negative. A lot of people don't know
and don't realize
that they're unconscious.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like if you have a friend that's like that, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. They're just not conscious of their emotions.
What is a healthy way to... I love how you just brought that in, because that lets us use the dear man. So what is a healthy way to tell that projecting friend that they are kind of overstepping their role by putting you down, putting the product down as if your experience is going to be their experience. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry that you went through that with your hair experience, but it works for me, and I like it. This is for me.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Not
for you.
Not for you. I did this for me, love. Like, I like it.
I like it.
I mean, I can suggest something else for you.
Right.
But
right. That's another thing to think about. It's like most people, it's like the mind, and there is some science behind that. It's like humans will focus on the negative more than the positive.
Yes.
We are so problem focused.
Yes.
As a species. It's like we panic, we stuck in it, and then we get into that cycle of just, and then we walk around here projecting it on people unaware. So it's like it's a good tip. Look on the brighter side. Don't make it about you. I need to work on this in some instances. Sometimes people telling me shit, and then I'll flip it and I'll start talking about myself. And I'm like, oh, that's something I need to work on.
Yeah,
I'm just excited.
Like people will take like your experiences and turn it into their experience and make it about them, and then you kind of start second guessing. Yeah, and you start second guessing. Like, should I have done this? Like,
no.
Yeah,
it's very important to have that shield up, to have that awareness to know. This is not personal. They are only speaking from their experience, and everybody's experience is different.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. I got one more projection scenario.
Give it to me. Hit me.
We all have that one friend that won't let go of a toxic relationship, and they vent to you about the same things over and over again after you told them 10 times to let that person go.
Yeah, nah.
How do you handle that situation? We all have that one friend.
I don't.
I've had a friend that was like that, and she was getting over a breakup. She confided in me, and I appreciated her confiding in me, but it was like, okay, it's time. What are we going to do about the situation? It's time to move on.
Yeah. And
every single time we spoke to her, I felt like a broken record.
Yeah.
It felt like a broken record, complaining to me about the same situations. Oh, and look, she'll send me like screenshots. Look, he's doing it again. Look, he's doing this. You see what he said? And I'm like, girl, block him.
Yeah.
But he did this to girl.
People
block
can't
him.
see. They can't see that they're in it. So that's also. And I'm gonna talk about this in my class tomorrow. Rumination. How we carry the story. How we talk about our experiences. We're like reliving the detail, and then we're sucking people into it with us. I have had friends, and I still have friends that are in unfortunate situations.
Yeah.
But, I have set boundaries in place where they don't even come to me with that because I have said, first of all, I try to shift the focus while they're sitting there talking about, well, he does this and he does this. I'm like, well, what about you?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, yeah. What do you want to do?
How are you showing that this doesn't work for you?
Yeah.
Where are you putting your attention?
Yes.
It's like you get what you focus on.
Yeah.
If you focus on the bullshit they doing, you gonna be all up in the bullshit.
Say it again. You get what you focus on.
Preach.
Yes.
So when friends come to you with that, and you feel as though that you've been repeating the same thing, you have to find a way to say, I don't have any more energy for this conversation. It's unfortunate you going through what you're going through.
Yeah.
You deserve respect. You deserve love.
Yes.
I'm here when you're ready. I'm here when you're ready to talk about your plan of what you're going to do next. But I can't give any more energy to this. It's a cycle. Or you have to make your friend aware of the cycle. Like, just keep pointing out, oh, that's a pattern. Oh, we talked about this before. Because sometimes they're not aware that they're in the cycle.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. But all these type of projections, these are from people that are like, this can be a whole different topic one day too. People are addicted to chaos.
Definitely so.
That people are just addicted to chaos no matter what you tell them.
That has a lot to do with upbringing too.
They
probably witnessed a lot of, when it's peaceful and calm, they're like, uh-oh, what's going on here? It's
yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, maybe they're not interested in me, because they're not viewing me or analyzing me the way that I'm, used to.
Yeah.
Now we grown. We're grown and we're healing.
I'm happy with my soft, boring life.
Right. We are grown and we are healing.
Yes.
And we have to know how to talk to each other. And that friend that keeps projecting her negative relationship onto you, that doesn't mean y'all can't be friends no more.
Exactly.
This is what the conflict resolutions are all about. You find a way to set a boundary and say, you know what? I find that when we get together, we spend a lot of our time talking about your negative relationship, but I'm so interested in your goals and other things that you're excited about.
Yes.
Can we talk about whatever happened to that business plan, or weren't you talking about that new restaurant, or how the kids doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
sometimes you got to be the bigger person to reframe the conversation, because most people, when they're in them situations, they don't see no way out. That's their life, and they live in that shit.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of be compassionate to that factor, but you don't have to cut people off.
Right.
Because they are in their trauma. But you definitely have to protect your energy. And let it be known, like, hey, every time we get together, we spend about 2 hours talking about this. And then I usually walk away feeling very depleted. And I know that me and you have so much more to talk about and plan, you know. And that's that. That's my tea on it.
And that's that. I like that.
You like that?
Yes.
You like that?
Yes.
Let me look at this scenario page.
Everybody ain't cuttable.
Right. And some people, and I was just talking to Mac about that. It's like, not everybody, we meet people and we're all growing. We are all growing, going through different shit. None of us have the same problem. We might have similar problems, but different situations.
Yeah.
Me and you may be cool because we work well together.
Right.
But when we go out in club, you might be into something totally different that I'm not into.
Right.
So I know you're not my club friend, but you my creative business friend. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta know how to pocket people, know where to place them in your life too.
They may not be that kind of friend where you have those real deep personal conversations with, but they could be, like you said, like a business friend. They could be a work buddy.
Right.
They could be somebody that you can go out to eat with and catch up and have a good time.
You might have a shopping friend.
Yeah.
And then you save those conversations. Like, I have friends that I could talk really deeply with.
Yeah.
And we could go months without talking, and then we'll get together and we'll just lay it all out in a conscious, safe way. You know what I'm saying? But then I have people that I talk to on a daily basis, and we're talking about random things, or did you see this, or did you hear this? But we don't go into full depth of, because they're not even where I am. And I don't mean to say that in my ego bag, like I'm better than anybody, but I know that their mindset isn't similar to mine, and they're going to focus on the problem versus understanding we all have fucking problems.
Exactly.
And give me a better way to navigate the problem instead of just like, cut it off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you can't just go cutting everything off.
Yes. I feel like in this era of people, especially like with social media influencing everything and stuff, we are in a protect our peace. This ain't serving me. Let's just cut everything off type of era.
Like that.
And it doesn't work like that. Like that. Like, protecting your peace doesn't mean let's ghost everybody. Let's cut everybody off.
That's actually a weakness to me. You're afraid. You're afraid to go through that discomfort to learn some shit about yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, I feel like I'm attacking our viewers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's usually your role. I don't know about this setup.
I know. I be coming at people.
Right.
Nah, for real though, because it'd be a lot of different relationships that are savable that you can have these conversations with. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like, oh my God, he's starting to get a little clingy. This ain't serving me. Cut.
Right.
Click. Like, no, like, address these problems.
Yes.
And if he does react in a negative way, if he comes at you all crazy and stuff, that's a red flag. Then maybe you do need to let it go.
Yes.
But if he is willing to work on it and you see the change behavior, then, give that person some grace.
Yes.
Same thing with friendships. It's all about change behavior.
Yes, it is.
Some people don't know what they're doing.
That's the part.
Some people don't know what they're doing.
Reiterate to our viewers, a lot of times you have to understand we are all in our own individual bubbles. You have to think about the hidden story. Okay. Everybody has a hidden story. People show up to work and they may have a smile on their face, but they may have got their lights might have got cut off. Their kid might have cancer.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different things happening in other people's lives.
Right.
And then they show up to you and they may feel safe.
Yeah.
So now they're just letting it all out with
They're
you,
letting
and
it
they
all
may not
out.
know
Yeah.
how it's impacting
A lot of
you.
people have a lot of unprocessed trauma.
Yes, that too. So it's important for us as individuals to be a safe space for people, but also protect our own mental.
Yeah.
Protect our own energy and say, I'm grateful that you trust me to share these things with me, but right now is not a good time because I'm also carrying things. What's your schedule looking like next week? Maybe we could go out for lunch.
Yeah.
And then that'll be an appropriate time.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds like some movie shit because y'all like, what the fuck they talking about? My friend better answer when I call. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk. You know,
Right.
that's
Right.
We are evolving into a different way of communication. Okay, it's time for us to evolve and work through our problems instead of just having beef.
Right.
Beef.
Having beef and cursing people out, and you don't got to tell everybody off and check people. Some people are like that. They're quick to check people.
Yeah.
And feel like I feel like it's some type of sense of control that people want to have and want to put you in your place. Like everything don't got to be like that. You know what I mean? Everything don't got to be aggressive.
It takes two. So most times if you having a problem, you play a role in that. You play a role in that somehow, some shape, some way. Because you're accountable for how you show up and what you allow. So...
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
that on that.
Yeah.
So just a recap for y'all. You are now tuned in to the Culture and Soul podcast on the BWC Media Network.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound lovely?
It does. We going places,
yeah. I feel like this is like a fresh new episode. Like we went through so many episodes, but I feel like this is like a fresh new one.
And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at any of the previous content we did. All necessary.
Yeah.
All necessary. But we're going to
We grew.
Yeah.
We grew a lot like through these episodes. Like, heck yeah. I love it. I like it here. Yes, I like it here.
All right. What we got? What else we got for the people? That's it? We good?
I think we good. Honestly, yo, just look this up. This is a real conversation technique. It's called Dear Man. This is a very good resource. Just go on Google, look it up. Read through the acronyms, see a therapist, go on YouTube, do something.
YouTube University.
Read a book.
Conflict resolution.
Yes, conflict resolution is important.
Yeah, something that has helped me, and I still struggle with this because it's habit. My speech has become habit. When there are conflicts and you want to say, well, you did this, and you... Try to stick to I statements. Yeah. Because when you go into a conflict, ready to point the finger, the other person is not going to be able to receive what it is that you're trying to bring to them because now they feel attacked.
Right.
And what do we do when we feel attacked? We defend ourselves. Now I can't even hear what the fuck you got to say to me because you coming for me now.
Right.
So it's very important for you to focus on your values, focus on what you need and put it out there and then allow the other person to show up and do that. And if they get out of line, if they start talking wild, then maybe that's a clear sign that, you're not here to teach nobody how to talk, but they have some growing to do. And then you got to make a decision. Is this something that I'm willing to invest in anymore?
Right.
I statements.
Yes.
Honor yourself. Stop cutting everybody off.
Yeah. Let people talk too. Yeah. Let people talk.
Cut some folk off, but
right.
Not everybody.
Give people grace. That deserve it. Give people grace. Give people grace. We all learning and growing.
We get grace every day.
Yeah.
We get grace every day. Yeah.
But we gonna be all right, y'all.
We gonna be all right. And just like that.
Yes.
It's been another episode.
Another episode. This time we can actually say Culture and Soul. We're going to say this mad times until we stick this on y'all.
Culture and Soul podcast.
It's going to stick like glue.
Yeah, stick like glue.
Yes.
We're excited. We're grateful for you, for the viewers. Drop us a message, show some love, share the content. We are here for the expansion of all of our minds.
Yeah.
For the culture and for our souls.
Yes. I love it.
You like that?
Yes. For the culture and for our souls. I love it, y'all.
And just like that, we out.
Yes. Peace.
See you next time.